Hi.
Hi.
Good morning. Allison here from Allison Coombs Wellness, and I am here with the lovely sleep consultant Diana Martins. All right, so we're going to start in a couple minutes. I'm just going to invite a couple of you to make sure that you're getting the notifications. Good morning, Elizabeth. How are you? I'm happy that you have gotten the notification. And good morning, Kartika. There you go. And Andrew. All right, so you guys are all getting the notifications. That's awesome. I'm happy to hear that. So before we get started, I'm just going to do a quick intro. And you can invite any friends that you think may benefit from this information as well, and share the post like crazy, because this is going to be an amazing interview.
Good information. Okay.
Exactly. As we sat and chatted before, I was like, oh, I'm getting all these tips, and I was like, wow, what a great value. So I'm very excited about what we're going to have shared here. All right? So many people, they know what sleep training is, right? You've heard of the Ferber method, or you've heard of different kinds of attachment parenting sort of methods. So most people are kind of familiar with the term sleep training, but what is a sleep consultant? What is that? What do they do, and what's your story? Like, why did you become a sleep consultant?
Yeah, for sure. So a sleep consultant is somebody who's a professional and a sleep expert, and they basically work with families to create a plan and get their baby sleeping through the night. Hi, there's a like. Cool.
You're cute.
We basically assist with sleep coaching, and we work with these families to make sure that they're on a right track. Think about it like a personal trainer.
Okay. Like me.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we make sure that they check in with us. We get some really detailed information as to how they can get their baby sleeping and why their baby's not sleeping. And yeah, we're coaches, we're professionals, and every baby's different. So if you want a customized approach to getting your baby sleeping, definitely a sleep coach is for you.
I know for me, I definitely could benefit from that. I feel like I haven't slept in 4 years or so. So yeah, none of my children sleep very well. So for you, what made you become a sleep coach?
So for my personal story, guys, it was brutal. Like, my baby did not sleep, and my family.
How many kids do you have?
Okay, I have one. Okay, just one child. And my baby was sleeping beside me, as in my family, like, we're not big like people that sleep in their crib alone. It's a big kind of cultural thing, I guess. But
yeah, I slept with my mom, I think, for a long time too.
Yeah, like I slept with my grandma. But for us and my husband, like, it just didn't work. So we had him in the bed, and this kid was still waking up every hour. Why? Like, we did like every hour. Like, he still wasn't sleeping well, and I did everything, Allison. Like, I took him to see a baby chiropractor. I did probiotics. Did magic, voodoo stuff, like, get this baby to sleep. I did everything.
Desperation, right?
Yeah, exactly. Somebody even recommended, like, giving the baby brandy, and then finally, like, doctors, like, this baby's perfectly healthy. I don't know why he's not sleeping. I think you should sleep train. And they recommended the Ferber method, and that was something that didn't sit well with me, like, where they kind of cried out. And I don't know, it didn't align with me. Like, I've had some friends who've done that, not that it's fun for them, but for me, it didn't work. I was like,
you have to do what's right for yourself.
You have to do what's right, yeah, and what feels right as a mother.
That's like me. That's why I don't sleep well still, because then you feel guilty.
Because you're like, you feel guilty, and you're like, I will sacrifice anything for my baby, which is true, but it comes to a point where you have to take care of yourself to be able to take care of your little one. So I worked with WeeSleep personally. They helped my family immensely. This little guy that was waking up every hour, military torture guys, slept through the night within the first night, and then consistently sleeping on his own 10 to 12 hours, going down on his own for naps. Anyone puts this child down, like, if I'm not home or babysitter, nanny, daycare, whatever, no problem sleeping. And, like, it was so weird because the first night I still couldn't sleep, even though he was sleeping, because I was just so, like, worried and like, oh my god, is this like, it's almost too good to be true. But it worked so amazing for my family, and it made such a difference that I'm like, you know what, WeeSleep's the company to be with, and I just want to spread that word that you don't have to do it alone, that, you know, you can hire a professional, and they'll tell you exactly what to do and get things done. So.
Do you think most families can benefit from a sleep consultant?
Yeah, like I think if you are having trouble and you're at your wit's end and you can't make sense of all the information that's out there, because there's tons, right? Like you
so
Google
much
it.
information.
Yeah, if you Google it, you're just like, okay, I can't deal, or you feel terrible because you feel like you're doing everything wrong. At least if you work with a professional, you're not going to get half results. You're not going to get like baby's kind of sleeping, but not. You're going to get like consistent results, as you would like if you work with a personal trainer. You know exactly what you're going to get, and you know that you're going to succeed. And I think for me, if I'm going to, why not just sign up with a professional and do it right the first time, you know?
And a lot of the times, we had this conversation even before the interview started, you are so tired.
Yeah.
And when you're tired, you can't think, right? So you're tired, you're like, well, what should I do? You research, and then when it's time to implement, because you're so tired and there's no accountability, you're just like, I give up. Okay, I tried this. Okay, I'm not going to do that, right?
Exactly.
So it's so important to have somebody like you in
Someone
mom's corners, right?
Exactly.
Someone that's on your
and somebody
side.
who knows and who's
and they're not going to be judgmental,
no,
right?
Not at
so
all.
I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Because sometimes if you talk to a friend or something and they did a different method, they may be like, oh,
that might have worked for their child, but it might
you should
not
do this and this is why, and then you may feel judged, right? But if you work with a professional, they're not there to judge you; they're there to coach you
and educate. Like we really, really try to educate my clients so that they know not only that we're doing something, but like why and the sleep science behind it, so that they can keep their results sustainable throughout the child's life. You know, we still have people that their kids are 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, and they still wake up through the night, and it's like, oh,
so it can happen.
It can happen, and even
it might be me, guys, if I don't fix this.
Even if your baby's sleeping well now, things can always change, which is the unfortunate thing. Like if you don't have a solid routine and a solid sleeper, things can always change because they're growing, their needs change, right?
Growing pains and all sorts of
exactly.
nightmares or night terrors and all sorts of.
So if you have a solid foundation, like those things are not going to be an issue. Teething, all that kind of stuff, growth spurts, all that stuff, they will still sleep through the night and they'll still go down. They might be a little crankier during the day. They may tell you that they're not happy, but they will still be solid sleepers, and it's
great.
Definitely
That's great to know. It's hopeful, right? For people like me that haven't slept for 4 years or so, it's very helpful to know that, and hopeful to know that there is something that maybe can help my family to sleep much better.
Yes.
So when a mom comes to you, like, what is the initial, or a dad or family, what's the initial consultation look like?
Yeah.
Like,
so
do you go to them, or do they come to you?
we have different ways of doing it. We can do it through Skype, like kind of like this, through technology. We could definitely come to their house. Some people want me to meet their babies. Some people want me to see their space and get a vibe for the family dynamics, that kind of thing. But we definitely do a huge initial assessment as basically like what happened at birth, what's the baby's personality like, what you got going on right now, what's your routine like, can you see how much sleep he's getting or she's getting during the day, and what you guys are currently doing for sleep, and basically assess the family dynamics and make sure how the baby is sleeping right now, and then I get basically 2 days of a day in the life, so I can see exactly how, and I always tell my mom, please don't try to impress me, like I don't care what you guys are doing right now, just tell me how it is, give me the straight goods, tell me how many times you woke up, and so
even if it was 10.
Whatever, write it down. So needless to say, we don't start right away.
Yeah.
Because we take all that information, I review it, and then I work with the families to come up with a custom plan. And I always make sure that my parents are 100% comfortable with what we're doing, and that they're educated so they know why we're going to be, removing the pacifier, or, making sure the room's dark, something like that, so they totally understand what's going to happen. So we don't start like that night. We need like some time to talk and everyone to be on the same page, and I have to create the plan after we talk to them, and then go over the plan with them and make sure that they know what they're going to do. They tell me when they're going to start, and then we work from there. Yeah. And then after that, once they start the plan and they start, they track the results. We have an amazing web portal, so the moms can just track on their phone, tell me what's going on. And I can check in. Sometimes I'm really curious. I'll be like, I wonder how this little guy's doing. So I'll just check in before I go to bed even.
Yeah.
And they're doing great usually. So
that's great. So you can do it right on is it on your phone?
Yeah, right on their phone. They can log in.
That's great.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times, sometimes if you're paper tracking or
you're
something,
just too
then
busy.
you're just like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't know where the binder is, and there's so you make it very convenient and easy for people to track.
Very easy. And then it's a 10-day program, so we'll be talking on the phone, email, making sure that, we're on the right track. If I see something or red flag, so immediately address it.
Okay.
And basically moms can expect within the 10 days that their babies will be sleeping 10 to 12 hours throughout the night, and they will be going down for naps 100% on their own. I know a lot of people struggle with naps, so I think that's really key is that their babies will be able to sleep anywhere, and mom can finally have a much-deserved break in the day.
Yes. Moms definitely need a nice break. We're always so busy, right? So we definitely need a break. So I guess a lot of people, we have a lot of questions that come in, because I did a lot of mommy things, a lot of sleep stuff comes up. So
of course,
do you have 3 tips you can give for moms to help their children to sleep better, whether they're babies or older kids or?
Yeah, totally. I would say to not be afraid of the early bedtime. A lot of people think, my dad being one person, that if you put them down later, that they'll sleep later in the day. No.
Hey, my husband told me that the other day. If you're watching, you told me that the other day.
That's not true. That's not true. That he's not giving you professional advice.
He's like, I noticed this. But
No. Sleep begets sleep. So if the baby's not having enough sleep during the day, they're not going to be able to sleep well at night.
Oh, okay.
An early bedtime, interestingly enough, will help them sleep through the night.
I think that's interesting you say that, because I noticed with my 4-year-old, if he sleeps earlier, I think it's better for him. He's more rested in the morning. He doesn't necessarily even wake up earlier either. He sleeps longer, and he doesn't have the night terrors. If he's lack of sleep, then he wakes up screaming. And
He's
so
tired. He's not happy.
Yeah.
So that's my big tip there is to, don't be afraid of the early bedtime. Another tip that I love to always tell parents is routine over schedule. So a good routine and a solid, consistent, when I say consistent, I mean every single night, no matter where you are, if you're at grandma's house or you're at auntie's house, whatever, good consistent routine will really help them know what's coming next. Babies love to know what's coming next. They love predictability. So a good bedtime routine would be something like a bath every night, a feed for sure, into some warm PJs, into a sleep sack, a short story, and a song, and then into the bed, awake. 100% awake into bed.
So not drowsy.
Not drowsy. I don't even know where that came from. I even tried doing that stupid drowsy but awake thing, but...
So don't breastfeed them to the point where they're kind of plop them into bed and run away. We don't do that.
No, we're not.
I was planning to do that tonight. So look, I got a tip. I'm not going to do that tonight, guys.
No, they go into their bed awake. Because, Allison, if they need anything at all to get them to even a certain point where they're ready for sleep, i.e. drowsy, then they're not sleeping independently. Okay. Some people will say, no, he puts himself to sleep, but I still need to do this. Okay, well, if you still need to do anything other than the routine, then he's not going to sleep independently. Okay, so when we get them sleeping independently is how they're able to sleep through the night. Because babies have sleep cycles, and they will naturally wake up as we do. We'll just roll over and turn over and go back to sleep. Some babies might practice their ABCs or do whatever new developmental skills that they're learning. But if they're able to put themselves right back to sleep, that's good. They can go from a state of wide awake to solid sleep. That's what we work with. That's what we do. Yeah.
That's great. And
Yeah.
a question before you give the third tip.
Yeah.
If someone has separation anxiety or something, like, can they learn to sleep train?
For sure, like you can still sleep coach. I tried to use that word.
Yeah.
I don't like that train word. It just makes it sound
It
too.
doesn't sound
It
too
doesn't
nice,
sound
right?
nice, right?
Yeah.
So you can still kind of coach them.
Mhm.
Your baby can still be in your room, but as long as the baby has his own sleep space.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's good to know. So for
Yeah,
people
well-
that practice attachment parenting,
Yeah.
like me, I'm like very attached and I practice that style of
Yeah.
parenting, then
Yeah.
I can still participate.
Totally, 100%.
That's good to know. I can still wake up and see their beautiful sleeping
Of
faces.
course, of course.
But I like that.
Yeah. Yes, totally. And I would say my third tip would be make sure that the room is dark. I think especially for nap time, when the room is dark, it's a good sleep cue. They know that sleep is coming, and it also gets their body ready for sleep.
Mhm.
So blackout blinds, huge tip. When I was struggling with naps, I kind of cheated and I didn't add the blackout blinds. And then when I added them, huge difference with the naps.
Big
Yeah.
difference?
Yeah.
Okay. Why does the darkness make a difference?
Because then well, think about when you sleep. Can you sleep in a bright lit room like this? There's no way, right?
Maybe nowadays. But usually, no, I like it quiet and dark as well. Right?
And
It mimics nighttime, I
It mimics
guess, right?
nighttime, and it gets their melatonin levels increasing a little bit, so that is physically prepares them for sleep. But definitely a dark room, and no flashing dizziness, like no aquariums,
Nothing
yes,
like
I
that?
know those things are marketed for sleep, and they do such a good job at marketing them, but they're not very useful for sleep. Like, they don't actually.
So in the room right now, I'll just ask and air out my business. We have like a salt lamp, but it's a lamp, right?
Yeah.
So use it as a nightlight,
Okay.
right? And also keep the closet light on because Jacob is scared. And also we have an essential oil diffuser, and it like glows. Is that too many lights in the room? Because that's a lot of lights.
I don't know, guys. What do you think?
I
Like,
kinda
he's
feel
listed
like
three things. I would,
That's a lot of lights.
You can have a nightlight, but just make sure it's not like something that they can fixate on and stare at, because they will fixate on it and they won't go to sleep because they're like, oh, right. So definitely, I would remove some of those lights. Salt lamp seems like it's good, and you can also put the nightlight like kind of behind a curtain or something like that, so it's not bright, but it's a glow. Glows are okay, totally. But yeah, I wouldn't have it too
bright.
No.
Okay. So I'm gonna have to think about some of these tips.
Good luck tonight. This will be interesting.
Yes.
We should do another Facebook.
Yes, and let you know how it's gonna go for our family after I implement some of these tips. All right. So I know that there were some questions. That people had sent you.
I did. Let me pull up
And
this question.
also, for those of you that are watching, you can type in the chat and we'll see the comments pop up. If you have any questions for Diana, you will feel free to type them in, and she's going to answer a couple questions. So,
Okay, so.
but she'll start off with the ones that we have here.
Yeah, people sent in, they follow me on Instagram. So this question's from Amna. So what wake time / schedule do you recommend for a 5-month-old? Any experience in semi-sleep trained babies? Screaming for one nap attempt, generally resulting in multiple attempts in burping. Unclear if screaming is causing a burp or a burp is causing a scream. Happens multiple times. Okay, so this is a really loaded question. I'm not sure what semi-sleep trained means, but like as I said before, like you're getting like your baby's either sleeping through the night or not really, right? So remember when I said like he'll sleep by himself, but so as soon as you need a but I need to do something, it's not really going down independently. So a typical 5-month-old would probably still be on 3 naps a day. The schedule depends on the baby. I teach my clients to watch for these sleepy cues to determine what is best for your baby. An average 5-month-old could have an awake time of 2 or maybe even 3 hours. 2 to 3, it just depends on what their sleep cues. And in regards to the burping or the screaming, like I'm not sure. I really need to kind of ask more questions and find out what's going on. Like, are they going down 100% independently? Are they using a soother? Are they overtired or overstimulated? Is there not enough sleep pressure for the naps? There's so many questions here that need to be addressed. In regards to the birthing, also I'd have to do some more analysis story on that, but please reach out to me, book a call, it's free, we can talk some more. So, another question I got here is, what age should a baby be sleeping through the night? Okay, so it depends on the baby. Some babies can, on their own. God bless those mothers, seriously.
Yeah,
but
they're at the play group, you know, and they're like,
they're doing things.
Cough.
They're Pinterest moms. Their babies sleep. Okay. So anyway, some babies can, on their own, sleep through the night at even as early as 3.5 months. But majority of the babies are able to sleep through the night around the 4 to 6 month mark, if they're of a healthy weight.
You mean I've been awake for no reason for the last how many months? My baby is 15 months and the other one's 4.
Yeah. Yeah. If they're in a healthy weight and no other complications or factors, for sure they can get those 10 to 12 hours a night and their naps. So, and I had another question from the same person. My 4-month-old only naps for about 20 minutes in the car. How can I ensure she's getting proper daytime sleep? So, short naps are a common complaint of many parents. She may be sleeping great right now through the night because she mentioned that she only wakes up for a feed, which is, you know, if that's sustainable, that's fine. So she probably needs her 3 naps a day at, you know, that age, at 4 months. So I would say the best thing is just give her the opportunity to fall asleep. And also let her, you know, I need to know a little bit more here as to what else is going on with her nap routine, what time, what's her awake window, how stimulated is she during the day. But she did mention that she's using the car to fall asleep, so that could be a sleep crutch. So again, if a baby needs something, anything, to get them to a certain point to sleep.
Even the car, eh?
Even the car.
Wow.
Well, that's what she said. As soon as the car stops, the baby wakes up, which is totally typical. You can't blame the child, right? Like, she used the car to fall asleep, and then the car stops, and whatever was putting her to sleep is not there anymore. So yeah, for sure she'll wake up. Best way to transition a 3-month-old, this is a little young one, from the rock and play. I had to Google what a rock and play was, but it's like one of those.
That toddler rock, right?
Yeah.
We had that.
And so basically the best way to transition from the rock and play to the crib, the baby had to be kind of in a more elevated position because it had some reflux. So now she wants to move the baby to the crib. So I'm assuming here that, Chelsea, that you're not asking me how to move like a sleeping baby from the rock and play. Like, she's now going to sleep in her crib. So what I'm going to say is, my advice to you is to just do it and keep it consistent. The crib is the safest and most conducive place for restorative sleep, and make sure that the crib is free of toys and blankets and of course like that flashing lights and things like that. And she also mentioned that at night, when the baby wakes and the shushing and the patting doesn't work, she resorts to feeding. At this age, he still might need a feed. So guys, we've worked with parents that we've been able to get their baby sleeping, but we've kept the feed for them at night. So some parents are not comfortable, or the doctor says, you know what, the weight's not that great, we can still do that. We can customize your plan that way. So maybe your baby at 3 months probably needs still a feed.
What age do they not need the feed anymore?
Well, when the doctor says. And if they're able to sleep through the night, then we know that they don't need the feed. So we would, like, you know, remove it. Yeah, because he's doing good. And babies will eat more during the day. They'll start to eat more. So anyways, and we do track, like, how much they eat so that we know also. And so that said, that your baby still might need a feed, we don't want nursing or feeding to become a sleep crutch. I would have to ask you a couple more questions to get to the root issue, so please reach out to me, quick call, I can hear some more and really figure out what's going on. I can't comment as to the screaming, like I don't know what to say with that because I don't know how long. I wouldn't recommend you leave them to cry for any amount of time, too long or anything, so yeah.
We have a question, if you're finished answering that question.
Okay, so my 15-month-old is still on 2 naps, but we're going to be sending her to daycare, where they only do 1 nap. What's the best way to prepare her for that transition? So,
great question.
Yeah, that's a really good question. And I would say that you can ask your daycare provider if they're flexible. Just, say that you really want to honor your child's sleep, and you would be so appreciative if they would respect the same. Babies, they get them on a good schedule, so they will adjust if you have no choice. They will adjust, and I would say definitely on the weekends, if they need to catch up on a little bit of sleep, give them that extra nap. But, around that 16 months age, 17 months, some kids as old as 18 months still need 2 naps.
Okay.
So she might even be, by the time she goes to daycare, even be ready to transition to, a 1 nap a day, and she might just need an earlier bedtime to get her sleeping through the night. But that's okay. I know, I understand, it's hard.
It is.
It's hard.
Very hard.
It's awesome.
Okay. And Katie, hi Katie, how are you? Katie has a question as well.
Hi Katie, how many naps should my 6 months be taken? Okay, so this age, a little tricky. Some babies are not ready for 2 naps. Some babies are. So if your baby is handling, thank you, you're welcome, Katika. If your baby's able to handle the awake time, and you can see that they're not falling asleep at the table or that they're not overtired, I would put them on a 2 nap.
Okay.
Yeah, for 6 months. But again, please look out for those sleep cues, monitor those awake times, make sure the baby's not overtired. Yeah.
Hi, Melly.
How do you put a baby down awake? Mine would cry for a long time. How do you comfort him? For how long? How do you comfort him at all? I'm on with crying, but not a whole lot. So crying is a big issue. A lot of parents are so concerned. I was totally concerned about it. When we work with families, the babies are supported in a very positive and loving manner, and parents are pleasantly surprised because the crying doesn't last for very long. Okay. A lot of parents are like, oh my God, my child's going to cry for 3 hours. It's going to be a disaster. It's not. Once you're there with your baby, with WeeSleep, we have a method that works, and it's proven. You will be there the whole time with your baby, supporting them and making sure that they're still able to fall asleep independently. With every baby, however, is different, right? I've had one client whose baby just cried for 7 minutes, and that was it. Or, my child cried for 30 minutes. It just depends on the baby. So there isn't really a time limit, unfortunately. But you have
if you have spirited children.
Yes,
the older boy is very spirited.
Very spirited.
It may take
a little longer, or they might just be like, you know what? I'm tired now. I'm gonna go to sleep. Good night, Mom.
Yeah, that's true. But Melly, your baby, I never hear a baby crying. But I'm sure a baby cries in private. But thank you guys for your questions. And if anyone else has any other questions, feel free to type them in the box. I'm just going to scroll up to make sure we didn't miss anything. And if anybody else has any other questions, you can ask. For me, I learned a couple of things. While I'm waiting for any more questions, I'll share a short story. So when I got here, I was excited about my toddler bed I had set up for Liam, right? And then she's like, well, how old is he? 16 months. And then I got some advice, and I was so happy to know I'm going to go put back the crib now when I go home, because they're not supposed to use that until a child is 3, which is great information for me to know. So if that could help anybody, that if you're transitioning your child too early, that can be a problem. So,
and the why behind it.
So they can get out, right? And it would make it more difficult.
Well, also because at that age of 3, they are able to fully understand what's happening here, and understand and comprehend that this is their bed, this is their pillow, they're gonna sleep in here all night. With the
16 months. He doesn't really get it.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. He won't understand. He won't, and the crib provides so much security to them that they love their crib.
And I'm so happy to have found that out. And also, you were mentioning, because I was scared that Liam would hop out of the crib, but I didn't realize that I should use all those sleep sacks that I have sitting around for that purpose. But because maybe I'm so sleep deprived, I can't actually think of any ideas. So I was so grateful to Diana for sharing that with me. So now I can be more successful tonight with just those couple tips. I feel more empowered.
Yes.
Oh, we have another question. Fantastic.
My girl also struggles to nap when we are anywhere but home. How can we help her sleep anywhere she is? Okay, so I would do the same sort of routine. Whatever you do at home, do it wherever you are. So I've had clients who go visit, even for me, when I go visit my mom, room is still pitch dark. He goes in his pack and play. We do the same routine. We read a quick story. He goes down, awake, and he knows that, like, that's it. And it's just about being consistent. It might take a little bit longer for him to fall asleep, but he will 100% go to sleep. And again, watch the awake times. Make sure that there's enough sleep pressure for her nap. Make sure that she's not.
When you speak of sleep pressure, what does the term
sleep
mean?
Pressure refers to.
But I think about weighted blankets or something.
Yeah.
I'm in social, like my background before fitness was social services. So when I hear something, I think of sensory and a blanket that provides like that sensory input. But I don't think you're talking about that.
No. Sleep pressure is when I'm talking about sleep pressure, I'm referring to daytime sleep.
Okay.
So they do also need to be tired enough to go to sleep. We always talk about overtired, overtired, but at the same time, they need to be physically tired, mentally tired. So they need to, be ready for sleep.
Okay, I understand.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about putting up.
And think about the awake times. Think about like what time she woke up, when her next nap should be. If she caught a 10-minute car ride nap, that might throw off her nap. She might not want to go down wherever. So.
Okay, that's great. So if people are ready to have a consultation or something like that, how can they reach you? I'm gonna also put her information in the comments below as well, but just so you know, you're with not WeWatch. Like that's the daycare. WeeSleep.
Both use.
Yeah, so I was like, WeWatch. WeeSleep.
WeeSleep.
Yes.
WeeSleep.
We're not watching anybody here, just WeeSleep. And how can people get in contact with you? What's the best method?
I'm totally available. I'm on Instagram, so it's WeeSleep_Diana. I respond to DMs. I'm on Facebook.
That's direct message, by the way.
Yes.
Oh, we have another question. Okay, we'll answer that before we pop off.
Okay.
Hi, Kayla. Congratulations on the birth of your baby. I saw it on the thing, and I was so excited. I just saw. Congratulations! 9 weeks already? Wow. Okay. So go ahead now.
Okay. I have a 9-week-old, and she fusses from 8 to 10 p.m. And when she falls asleep, she won't stay in the crib. She sleeps with my fiance and I in the bed because she sleeps for about 6 to 7 hours in the crib. In the crib, only an hour and a half. Any advice on how to change this? So at this age, at 9 weeks, their sleep is not very consistent. So I wouldn't expect too much consistency. If co-sleeping for you works, totally, if that's what you need to do. But I would still recommend the crib. It's the safest place for them. At 9 weeks, they're still a little bit young. She'll still need her feeds, and she needs to get used to her crib. So if you put her down, and at this age, it's going to be a little bit difficult. So, and if she doesn't go down in her crib, go with it. There's not much you can do at this age, and she's still learning, and you're still learning. You're a very new mom, so 6 to 7 hours is pretty good. And to me, if
that's pretty good.
Survive,
I need that.
I don't know. At that age, I was only experiencing 40 minutes sometimes. It was bad.
Yeah, I would wish for that even now. I think I have the sleep association of the breastfeeding. So every minute she's looking for a boob. So that 6 hours, I would be I'm really hyper anyway. So this is me dulled down. So imagine I would be if I would got 6 hours of sleep. But we know it's hard. So I make fun because I know you since I was a child. So I can make fun.
But I hope I answered your questions, guys. Really, like, I hope you got what you wanted from this. And yeah, so if you want to contact me,
yeah, I'll put her information in the comment section as well, and share with any moms you guys think can benefit from this information, because sleep is a huge thing. We know that when we have proper sleep and we're taking care of ourselves, we can better take care of our families, right?
Yes.
We have a better temperament ourselves to cope with the stresses.
Not as emotional. Oh my gosh, I just remember when I was sleep deprived, I was so emotional. Like,
you'd be like a bear, right?
Yeah.
Like someone says something nice to you or something, and you take it the wrong
way.
way.
Will be like, or even someone will be like, you're such a good mom, and be like, oh, but it's so hard.
Right? Or you're just like, don't look at me, or like whatever. So I mean, you can cope better when you're resting.
And my goal is to just let people know that there's support, because sleep training is such a daunting task, and most people are scared to do it. And it's real. I read something.
And some people don't have support, because we can't assume every partner, whether that's a husband or wife, not everyone's on the same page. Mm-hmm. Not everyone has family in Canada here, mm-hmm. or wherever you are in the world watching. So this is great to have a professional to support you, because not everybody has that. Some people have nobody, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Or nobody willing to help them.
Exactly, exactly. And doctors will recommend soother because it's the most popular method. It's such an old method, and it might not be okay for your family, and then you don't know what else to do. You're kind of lost.
Because each person, I know from like working in fitness and social services, each person is different, and they need a different approach, right?
Yes.
It's not a cookie cutter approach that fits for every single person.
Exactly.
So I would say that this is great for people to find an individualized approach that works for you and works for your family.
Exactly.
So thank you so much for coming on. I learned so much. I'm so excited. Thank you. And if you guys have any other questions, feel free to write them in the comments, and maybe Diana will see them later, and then maybe we'll do another follow-up Facebook thing and book a consultation.
It's free. Just like if you want to vent, you want to talk about it.
Hashtag moms like free things, right? So you know, if you want further information, feel free to contact her. And share the post. Share. Tag a mommy friend. Do what you need to do. And thanks again for watching. So again, Allison Coombs here from Allison Coombs Wellness, and Diana from WeeSleep, not We Watch. So thank you guys again. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.